Welcome to Impact Phase. Today we are going to be looking at question number 8Bii, Waec 2022. So I'll read the question for you. So the question reads, a uniform plank measures 2 meters long from its ends, point A to point B. So the end will be point A to point B. So proceed. If the weight of the plank is 54 Newton and it rests on a knife edge 0.50 meters from end B, and a point A is supported by a vertical string so that AB balances horizontally. They said I draw a force diagram for the arrangement. I determine the tension in the string, and I determine the force F acting on the string. We are asked to draw a diagram, definitely. Then we are asked to determine the what? We are asked to determine the what? Tension. And then we are asked to determine the what? The force. Okay. Now, how do you draw the diagram? It's very simple. From the question, you already told that the plank is from A to B. The length is what? 2 meters. Then the mass, the weight 54 is actually in the middle because it balances it, the middle. The weight to lie in the middle. And then you have a pivot somewhere, 0.5 from B. And then you have the pivot definitely will act upward. That's why you see the forces here. The tension is the point A, where a rope is tied somewhere to hold the what? The plank. That's how I got this diagram. In case you have issues with the diagram, maybe we can talk about equilibrium, so that you can understand it better. So let's progress. From here, what do we have? We're expected to find, we have already drawn it, that is I. So the next thing is for us to find II, the tension. For us to find the tension, we need to take moment, and you need to know the principle of moment. The principle of moment states that the sum of the anticlockwise moments about a point to be equal to the sum of the clockwise moment about that same point. So here we take moment. So I'm taking moment about this point. Let me call this point C. So I'll just draw this to show you I'm taking my moment. Then I'll also draw this to show you I'm taking my moment. So now clockwise moment will be this T times distance from here to here is what? 1.5 equal to, then anti-clockwise will be this 54 times what? 0.5. So the next thing is to make T subject of the formula. T will be equal to what? T will be equal to 54 times 0.5 divided by 1.5. And if you do that, you'll be getting 18 Newton for your T. So the next one will be to find the force. We're looking for this force. So how do we get the force? But as you can see, there's only one force acting downwards, but two forces are acting upwards. So the sum of the downward forces must also be equal to the sum of the upward forces. So you're going to have 54, because that's the only force downwards, will be equal to what? T plus what? F. So let's go. 54 will be equal to, the idea is that for this thing to be in equilibrium or balance, the sum of the downward forces must be equal to the sum of the upward forces. That's what I'm using to get the value for F. So my T is 18 plus F. So what will your F be? So my F will be equal to 54 minus 18. And if you can do that very well, you're going to get 36 Newton. So I found my F, I found my T, I've also drawn my diagram. If you have issues with the diagrams, please, please comment below. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on other social media platforms. So if you have issues, just let me know and we will treat them equilibrium so that you can understand how to draw the diagram better. Thank you very much. My name is Mr. Oprom Darlington Jotash.